Hello, my name's Owen. Let's begin. So I think this video I want to make about the New World Order, I believe. So, what's on the top of my mind that I want to just start hopping right into, zone right in on, would be the fact that we already live within the New World Order. The New World Order was probably established with the slaughtering of the Aboriginals, the natives of the Western continent, the spiritual human beings. And yeah, you just look back, this is called the New World. We live within the New World. That was the old world with the Europeans in the East. They all traveled and they set up for thousands of years. They set up this hierarchy, this egotistical, negative, fear-based mindset, this plague, and they brought it way over to the West. And within doing that, all the same, ball of theory, all within the same time plate. You have your alchemy went underground, which is the westernized science and studies of enlightenment and neurobiology, which is the science that your thoughts, your rituals, your routines can rewire, can regrow and stimulate different parts of your brains, can recreate who you are. Knowledge creates who you are. Knowledge creates the perception that you live through, and how you apply that knowledge and how you grow as an individual and the circumstances that you go through all comes down to your perception and how you perceive this reality to be, and the knowledge that you acquire that helps affect this conclusion of what your perception consists of. But one thing to not get hung up on, very, very, very big, specific key thing to never forget within this every present day moment from this moment on forward. I want to stress, whoever's ever watching this video, if this video connects to you, if this video reaches you, there's a purpose. There's a purpose. You are connecting with me, just an individual, just a lover here, in the middle of a flat earth plane. Not middle, I wish, soon. But it's on the flat earth plane. But our connection, our understanding, even if you're not on my same page, even if you don't agree with all the things I say, us clairvoyantly communicating to the purpose of understanding that we have intentions to bring love on earth, this is what they fear. This is what the elitists fear. This is taking back our power and robbing them from their power. This is playing their game. This is fighting back. We are the resistance. We are the cure to this plague that has been brought over. We are the lovers and we're the light, and we need to bring light and love within this negative experience that everybody's going through because they're perceiving it that way, because they're being trapped within confining limits to make the reality sorry, to make them perceive the reality as if they cannot create within this reality. They're stuck the victim to their day-to-day routines, which is, you know, if you're on my level, you know what people's average day routines are. You know the negativity and the deception within all the the games that is our matrix construct. But if you're here, the important thing is, if you're here communicating with me, it is to create. This is what I'm here doing today. This is why you can see me. Every YouTuber, anybody who's here, they are taking initiative, they're taking their ambition, their passion, their soul, their desire, and they are removing a sense of fear that they have within them. And this is something we all need to do within the awakening community, because this is big. We are all, if you want to believe the 144,000, whatever, this special, whatever, we are all creators, we're all lovers, we're all intelligent here, and we all have two choices, either love or fear. And I guess I'm totally off topic of the New World Order agenda, but I'm going to keep rolling with this. You have either love or fear, and that is a choice in life. And you can choose to work with love, work through love, experience through love, experience a positive experience presently, continuously. Or you can choose to be victimized to the perceptions of fear. Now, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, if you go look him up, great YouTube video, great YouTube channel right now, but his greatest quote, I'm not sure if it's his quote or a line he just continuously says that I've grown to apply to my life, is that fear is false evidence appearing real. Fear is perceptional. All negative experience that you encounter, that you're having, comes from a place of internal fear. It's the way you're perceiving your experience to be. You can enjoy all experiences. Smack in the face. You can enjoy that. It's your decision to have a negative experience. When somebody comes up and unloads their garbage on you, their low frequency on you, you have a decision to be a victim or a creator. You have a response ability. You have the ability to respond, a responsibility, and you have the responsibility to choose love. And this is how you're going to enjoy every single present moment, the only moment. This is how you're going to continuously enjoy your life. You're going to return back to the childhood-like creator, where everything was an adventure, everything was a fun experience. There was never fear of past and future. It was just the now and what you can do with it. And you're going to return back to this point once you start decalcifying your third eye and taking the low frequencies out of your life, basically, as summarized as I can, the meats, the virtual realities, the mind-numbing rituals that you do within your life, and you refresh your life, you really analyze and you take a look at it, and you detoxify. Basically, you could do your whole body if you want to look up one of those, but you can detoxify your life and learn to live through love and detoxify your mindset. And this can truly become who you are. It's not like you're gonna fake it. Well, you might want to fake it until you make it if it's difficult, because a lot of this reality is testing you. They want you to be in a low frequency, and it's, like I said, your comfort state is that low frequency that your phones are giving off, and your technology, your walls, your wires, everything, your Wi-Fi. You gotta. I'm gonna go on with that in a moment, but that low comfort state frequency is that artificial frequency, and we like to be in that frequency. Now I'm going to start talking about the Wi-Fi. Your phones, they all have airplane mode. They all have an off button as well. That is a good thing to remember. Use those things. If I'm need to look up something, or that's a moment in my experience, and that's all it should use, and that's all the Wi-Fi, the connection should be connected. As soon as that frequency is always connected all around you, you got your phone, like my phone's right here. If my phone was attached, if I didn't have it on airplane mode right now, its signal would be going to one of those Gwen towers. There's multiple around me, and they'd be connected to a Gwen tower. And then in between my brain and my decisions, my frequency and thoughts and creation, there would be frequencies. They'd be manipulating low ELF wave frequencies. This is how all our technology communicates, ELF wave. Nikola Tesla created this. So we're going to communicate through ELF wave frequencies, but then when in the real world our frequencies are so ELF waved, extremely low, we're not going to communicate at all. But the only way we can communicate now is we can't. You look around, you're on the bus, and nobody's smiling, nobody's looking at you, everybody's in their fear little bubbles stuck to their fucking phones. Pardon my language. But so we're here to disconnect, to reconnect, and to get back into the present moment experience and love people. And you're going to feel uncomfortable. This is going to be hard for you to do. This is hard for me to do, and it's not going to feel as genuine as it once had, but it's practice. Practice will make perfect, and you'll return back to the childhood mindset where you don't, and you'll expand that. We got to regress back to the childhood mindset so we're fresh, but then to our our actual state of being, our true self, and then we can grow upon that and become the greatest version of ourselves. But if you're still in your egotistical mindset, the reptilian brain, don't get caught up on the reptilian word, but the reptilian brain, if you're still in that mindset, you're still living within that every day, becoming a victim of that false version of yourself that they created when they implemented it into your birth certificate and the whole system, created egotistical mindset, and it's living through fear. And the greatest perspective of it all is everything is it comes back to fear again. Love or fear, the two decisions. Light or dark, yin or yang, sun or moon, male or female, the duality of our nature. So this fear, this ego, it's going to try to control you. It's going to try to confine your limits and your free will. This is how, it's like we've got this hardware to be a slave species right in our mind. It's pretty weird. But we're looking at our history back then, and if you want to say evolution, I don't believe in evolution, but we'll talk more about that later. But this egotistical version that we have hardwired within us, we are continuously, it is the dark and the light. We can't get away from it. And once you stop seeing it as a duality thing, dark and light, it's one side to the same coin. It's the one whole. And once you start learning to love with it and to not perceive your fear or your darkness as a negative experience, you can start to work with that. And you can even use the yang, the darkness, to encourage more yin, the more love, more. You can use the fear to empower the love even more when you start to work with it. But we don't want to become victims of our fear, and this is what they intend to make us all victims, walking around, so that we just go on a couple more years. We don't really question what's going on. We just get to work and then come back so that we can be in our little boxes, and then finally we're back to our normal state where we can just zone out on fucking whatever the hell our distractions are that they've created and figured out how to get to our heartstrings of our fucking distractions. And everybody's got their greatest distraction that they're continuously fighting against. You gotta grow past it though. So when you expand past your egotistical consciousness, you break the fear, you can start living through your perception rather than the perception you have of others, of you. You start living in the present moment. It's fun again. There's love. There's happiness. You can see, and it's going to be apparent that other people are picking up on this. Other people can grow from this, and they can have their own positive. But a lot of people, I've heard Devin Maggi. If you're taking Devin Maggi's videos, absolutely greatest channel right now, talking about the biggest truth in our reality right now. So if you haven't heard Devin Maggi, it's like Mad. GY, mad guy. It's not mad guy, he's a lover. Go look up Devin Maggi, but what he said the other day resonated with me very well. It's that I'm going to miss it. It's slipping. Is that when you are at such a happiness, such a loving state with what your experience is, such a loving state with what this world is, when you run into an individual who's victimized to their state of consciousness, victimized to this reality that they have to wake up out of the darkness to be firm, rooted to, they're not going to enjoy this experience, okay? They're in a low vibratory state. Their frequency, internal and external, is vibrating a lot lower than yours is. And this is all his words again. I'm just putting it the best way I can right now. And when you run into this individual, if you're a happy individual, you're a loving, conscious creator, your frequency is going to be much, much more elevated than this individual's low frequency naturally is. And they're going to feel irritated. Now they can perceive you, obviously, they're going to be, but initially it's the frequency that the person carries. It's the hi, how are you? It's the sporadicism. That is the irritation that these people have, because it's your frequency. They're not used to that high frequency and this reality. They're used to being low, confined. So you might get that reaction out of people. That's absolutely okay. Don't let it ever deter your frequency. Every morning, what you should remind yourself to be doing is, from the very first experience that you have, the first situation, the first whatever it is, you have a conscious decision. And our world tries to make us feel victims again. that we don't have these decisions, but we absolutely do have a conscious decision on whether we're going to make this a good experience, a less than it was, or an even better experience than it was. Or we could just receive this experience straight how it was. You turn over, you see your partner, you could kiss them on the cheek and say I love you. You could just get up. You could just say get up and good morning. It's your decision. And you start the day. How you set up your day determines how elegantly you will conclude your day. That is a quote from Robin Sharma. Go look up Robin Sharma as well. Very successful master of his own reality. The best way I could put it. He's a master of his own reality, and he's studying the science of neurobiology, like again, what I was stating, and yeah, he's a great guy to go look for as well as a guide for you. You should never look up to an individual, not even myself, not anybody, as a leader. No one is a leader. There are no leaders. You are the leader of your perception, of your reality, of your life and your experience. That's it. Everybody. That's the rules. That's the rules we're here. So, don't look up to anybody as a leader, no matter what knowledge they say, no matter, you create your destiny. You can affect the whole world as an individual, and you can affect yourself as the individual, because they're the hand in hand, the whole world and yourself. You are the whole world to yourself. You have the decisions. You do it. So don't let anybody rob this decisions, these decision making, the actions, with fear. They're manipulating the fear. They've got your strings of fear and they're using it to control you. Rip that out of there. You can do this. We're here. We're going to create love on earth. We're going to create heaven on earth. It's just communicating. That's simply all it is how much can we communicate? I want you guys, if you're on the same level as me, be conscious about media. Even the mainstream. Even the people you think are like, who is it? Katy Perry, all of them. Look at what they're saying. Look at what's happening to them. Kanye West, his experience. These are just dislike bringing up names like these. Just instantly puts me in a weird perception. But those individuals, all individuals, like I said before, we're all here conscious now. If they're experiencing, they're living, they have a conscious entity. We can talk about cloning. We can talk about different people, but again, theories create perceptual limits, perceptual realities. Keep the possibilities open. You never know what happens to these individuals and what they actually have to go through during their experience. But there is lots, like everybody knows right now what time it is here in the present moment experience. Everybody knows what age it is. If you're lacking on this knowledge, you're far behind. There is a world of system and money and structure and entertainment and fun and happiness and family, and you can get delusion, and that's fine. You can get stuck in there and you can live there forever. But there's a real world of construct, of system, of design, of manipulation and deception and fear and control and negativity, and a global colonization that is being constructed for you to live within right now. And lots of people are conscious of this, and lots of people are waking up, and there are people like me, there are people like us, there are people everywhere around the world who are now taking action to recreate this reality. Because the New World Order agenda is an agenda that is going to manifest itself if we do not take our own action and manifest our own love. Because it's simply that agenda, the whole word, the whole Illuminati, everything you see, that's simply fear. It all comes back to just fear within you. And I could stop it all myself if I wanted to, and so could you. It's a decision you make within yourself, fear or love. So, concluding this almost 20-minute now video, thank you very much for staying with me. Thank you very much for connecting with me and talking with me, people. I love you. This is what we need to do. This is our community. This is our family. We're all family here. This is the experience. This tree, all these trees behind me, the breath I'm breathing, everything is here for a specific reason, a specific intention. Maybe it is this growth. Maybe it is this. Maybe this experience, this love on earth, this fate that we are praying here for, that we are creating. Maybe that is the whole reason. Maybe this is the test. Maybe it is to see what we can do as individuals here. When we come here blank-minded, fresh out of the womb, who can we be? Our souls. Who can we be? How powerful are you? What creative purpose and power do you possess? And how far can you let yourself be a victim of fear? Or how far can you let yourself ride the golden wave of love? So, truly, step out of your box. Step out of all your fucking boxes and come out to this and think. Start, if you need to, start looking into, even if they're corny to your perception right now, different rituals and routines that will help you become the greatest version of yourself. So talking about eating healthier, I'm talking about disconnecting yourself from technology and meditating, using your mind more, returning back to what you used to do as a kid. So if you used to skateboard, go practice that. If you used to play music or art, go practice those things, because that is while having an experience and taking action within those things that you love, you're just simply creating love through you. It's like you're the vessel of love onto physical reality from the mental reality. Now, if we talk about the white sun and the black sun, really, I wanted to conclude this. There's so much information. If we talk about the white sun and the black sun, there's the physical and the mental. If you close your eyes right now, you're living within your own internal black sun, your own internal black creation void, and from that void you pulled out your physical reality that you want to manifest, but you need to do something. There's a tool, and I keep going to say it, and I'm going to preach it out, because of what I am preaching to myself daily. I'm still within here in the black sun. I hope you are too. It is the tool you need to take from the black sun to the white sun, which is your internal to your external, from your physical to your mental to your physical.